Marvel Masterpieces drama, speculation on the new Marvel Masterpiece release, and upcoming Marvel card sets that have yet to be announced. Up next. Hey everybody, Spidey here, and always I hope you're having a marvelous day. Welcome to another episode of the Marvel Card News, where I bring you the latest news and somewhat speculation that really isn't news, but things that we're hearing and rumblings and things like that in the Marvel card space. First, we're going to talk about the Kickstarter regarding the 1992 Joe Jusko Marvel Masterpieces FPG Universe book that was released, along with the opportunity to get one of the original art pieces that Joe did in the homage of 1992. That was a very quick sellout. In fact, they had to add another 20 additional paintings on top of the 104 to meet the demand. Those original paintings were randomly awarded to the backers of that tier in the Kickstarter, and with a promise that those paintings would be mailed out sometime in January. FPG created a Facebook account, a page where people who received one of these original art pieces could identify who received what, make trades, and possibly sell them. FPG began to agree behind the scenes to help coordinate some of these trades, since they held the pieces, and once the trades were confirmed, they were going to mail them to the respective new owners. These trades then occurred, and after they occurred, people who made the trades, meaning they traded a painting and got another one, then put those up for sale and sold them for pretty high dollar amounts, upwards to $27,500. Now, I do not know which paintings these were. Maybe some of you do, and you can leave a comment down below. But what this created was a poop storm. You can imagine being the person that made the trade, only to discover that that person was selling it for a significant amount more money than you realized your painting may or may not have been worth before they ever even took possession of it. And that's really not good. That turned into some lawsuit threats. Therefore, FPG released this email update to the Kickstarter. On January 5th, we received this email, new message about Joe Jusko's art of 1992 Marvel Masterpieces via FPG's Kickstarter, letting us know the drama that has been going on behind the scenes that led to the changes of their willingness to trade and handle trades regarding the original art pieces. The email reads, "Hi everyone. We, FPG, wanted this to be an amazing, fun experience for everyone involved. And I do that for the most part, we succeeded. But alas, a few have made this very difficult. The last 2 weeks have seen several really dark situations enter our lives, all centered around the original paintings. Leaving specific folks completely anonymous, here's just 3 examples. One example, backer A agrees to trade his painting to backer B. As soon as the deal is done, backer B immediately resells the trade painting for $20,000. Backer A is very upset and threatens us with a lawsuit, saying, quote, "You, FPG, should have known better, and you, FPG, should have known the value differences and advised us not to trade." Second, a couple of paintings have already been traded 4 and 5 times. This is making it extremely hard to keep track of who gets what paintings. Third, several backers agreed to sell their paintings for X amount, then they see the new buyer immediately offering their paintings for sale. In some cases, the new buyer actually made a sale for 3 to 4 times the amount they paid. More threats involving lawyers are made. At this point, we have to shift our focus back to the actual original owners of the artwork. With that in mind, we were offering to immediately send out your original paintings if you'd like. This is for the original 104 paintings and not the second round of 20, which have not been completed by Joe. Now there are no trades being handled by FPG, and whatever original art piece you were randomly awarded from the Kickstarter, that is what will be mailed to you, and any trades or any sales that you want to make, you'll have to handle on your own. Anytime big numbers are involved, you can see that people tend to make decisions that otherwise are not very wise and can be really greedy and sometimes downright wicked. Kickstarter still was a huge success, and Joe wanted to thank those who, in a healthy way backed the Kickstarter, but he is very upset and somewhat regrettable that this situation created itself with his original art pieces. So now you can choose to either have your original painting shipped to you immediately so you can complete whatever transaction you want to make, or you can wait and have it framed and matted to actually fit the Marvel Masterpiece feel and allure from the 1992 set. I received the Rogue and I have chosen to get mine framed and not have it fast-tracked home. So that brings us to speculation regarding the newest release of Marvel Masterpieces, what we're calling the Marvel Masterpieces 2022 or 2022 Marvel Masterpieces. No, we did not receive it in 2022. No, we did not receive any product images officially from Upper Deck, but the trading cards will have 2022 on them. We've seen that from the blank sketches that were sent out to the artists. If you don't know, artists will receive sketches long before sometimes any news is given about a release so that they can have time to sketch the artwork on the trading cards and get it back to Upper Deck. And often that's how we can discover what sets are going to come out before the official announcements. There has not been anything official from Upper Deck in any written kind of form that I'm aware of about Marvel Masterpieces 2022. We have spoken with them. There's been some one-on-one conversations. We know the set is coming in 2023, but we don't know yet when it's going to be released. We haven't seen any product images, and we do not know who the artist is. If you're new to Marvel Masterpieces, modern Marvel Masterpieces generally have one artist in the same vein that Joe Jusko was the only artist in 1992. It is believed that we will only have one artist this time. It is also believed that the artist is very close, if not already finished, with the artwork. But the question is, can we speculate on when this set may be released? Well, when artists are sent blank sketches, the first round typically is for sketch cards that will go in the boxes, in the physical hobby boxes. Marvel Masterpieces box correlation generally is one sketch card per box. Those sketches were delivered earlier on 2022. However, we now know that the second release of sketch cards have been delivered to the artists, these blanks, so that they can go ahead and get them finished up with a deadline of April. The second round is generally for Upper Deck's E-Pack release. As you may or may not know, if you're new to the channel or new to Marvel cards, Upper Deck does a physical release of the cards, and then they do a physical release on their E-Pack system on their website, where they can deliver the cards directly to the consumer and you have a pack opening experience, but it is online. And yes, the majority of the cards are physical. Don't be confused by hearing the word E-Pack. These sketch cards, physical sketch cards, are going to likely be one per box if they keep the same correlation as they have in the past, and they will be on Upper Deck's E-Pack site, where when you open up a box, you can hit one. And so they do these two rounds. First round to the physical hobby boxes, second round to Upper Deck's E-Pack. The deadline for the second round of E-Pack sketch cards is April 2023. Why does this matter? Well, that means we're not going to get an E-Pack release before April. Upper Deck does release physical hobby boxes prior to E-Pack in most cases. But last year we saw with Spider-Man Metal, and we saw Into the Spider-Verse, that the physical and E-Pack release are getting closer and closer and closer together within a couple of weeks. So if April is the date that these sketches are going to be delivered to Upper Deck's E-Pack, it's going to take a little bit for ComC, who is the backbone of the E-Pack system of physically handling and housing these cards, to scan them into their system so that when you open these packs online, you'll be able to see the image of the card. That work is going to take a little bit. So we can speculate we might get a physical hobby box release in late April, but more than likely we won't see either one of them until May. May of 2023, physical hobby box release. Shortly thereafter, Upper Deck E-Pack release. There's a lot that can change that. I'm not yet aware if the artist is actually completely finished and all of the pieces of the original art is approved and no changes need to be made. I am also not aware if the printing is done for the cards. There is a lot that can change when the actual releases would be, but I am going to speculate here, not news, but speculate that we won't see Marvel Masterpieces until late April, but more than likely May or June. All right, that brings us to the part of the news where we talk about new sets that have yet to be announced, but we've already seen product images because of the sketch cards. On this channel, I've let you know that we would see an Avengers vs. X-Men release coming soon in Upper Deck timeline, not soon as you and I might use the word. However, we now know that the Avengers vs. X-Men is now called Allegiance. Allegiance, which is an interesting, play on words here when you think about the word allegiance, meaning that you submit yourself to some superior, you give your allegiance. Versus of two superhero teams, Avengers versus X-Men. Where does your allegiance lie? I think is going to be the theme behind this set. It's going to be interesting. It's going to give us a chance to see a lot of our favorite characters all in one set. I have no idea about the makeup, but here you can see the artwork and the style that they're going for. Feels a little bit like a lower tier set. So maybe in the realm of like a Marvel Metal set, not a premium set like you would see with Fleer Ultra Spider-Man, Fleer Ultra Avengers, Fleer Ultra X-Men, or even Marvel Masterpieces. Also, we now know that we're going to be getting a Women of Marvel set, and here's a look at that trading card. I love the idea of a Women of Marvel set where we really highlight and feature the feminine side or female side. I think it's awesome they're going to take the time to build a set around that. I'm sure we will get male characters in the set, but this will be a predominantly female-centric set called the Women of Marvel. All right, in other news, I am now hearing that artists are beginning to receive or will be receiving sketch cards for listen to me, a Flair set, not Fleer, but F-L-A-I-R, Flair set. I don't know any other details around that other than they will be receiving a Flair set of trading cards, which is exciting. Last Flair set that we received was the 2019 Marvel Flair, which I think most people enjoyed, had some really cool cards, original art, and you can see an opening of that box recently here on the channel where I pulled something I thought was a lot of fun and pretty cool. These Flair sketch cards will begin to ship to the artist in February of 2023. All right, this set has been announced. There's a podcast that you can listen to from Upper Deck, but we haven't seen anything about it, and that is Marvel Beginnings. Marvel Beginnings will release in a 3-series release. Series 1, then Series 2, then Series 3. Series 1 we've actually been able to pre-order, and artists have been doing those sketches for some time. But we now know that artists will soon begin to receive the Marvel Beginnings Series 2 sketch cards. I think this is great news because of the fact that means we're getting closer to Marvel Beginnings Series 1's release. That they're already getting ready to build that Series 2. That means we might be getting Series 1. What I don't know is if Upper Deck is going to print all 3 series at once in the printers, and that means they're building all 3 sets and then we'll see those released back to back to back to back. I don't know the answer to that. However, it is encouraging to see that there is progress now in Marvel Beginnings. I would say many collectors, especially collectors that have been around for some time, very much enjoy the way the original Marvel Beginnings was constructed, the collecting aspect of that, the set building aspect of that, which is very difficult and it's taken many people 10 years to even get close to. But it's very cool to hear that Series 2 sketch cards will be received by the artist in March of 2023. All right, last bit of speculation I want to do, and this really, again, is speculation, not news, and may not really happen, but I'm hearing word that we will be seeing another set of Marvel's Black Diamond. Black Diamond was a major success, in my opinion, released in 2021, and those cards still hold up and do well in the secondary market, which just points to the fact that people do really enjoy them. So it's no surprise that we would be getting another round of Black Diamond. The question is when. I have no idea about when, what that set might look like, what MCU actors and actresses would be in the set. All I can tell you is that I'm hearing rumblings that another Marvel Black Diamond set will happen in the future. All right, everybody, that has been this week's episode of the Marvel Card News. To give you a little bit of the Spidey Hits channel news, if you're not already aware, we have moved the Marvel show, which generally airs on Tuesday, to Sunday nights. It'll air Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, but you can always catch the replay. Secondly, the Saturday morning Marvel Cards episodes will not be happening every Saturday this year. I have a ton going on in my personal and work life that is requiring a lot of my Sundays. What I do want to do is deliver the Marvel car news as often as I can, and that will generally be released on Saturday mornings. So keep an eye on the channel. Let me know what content you want to see moving forward. Please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what news or speculation are you excited about. And secondly, do me a favor and Spidey hit that like button for me, as it does help the video and the channel grow. As always, I really appreciate you. And as always, I hope you have a marvelous day.